Melissa, this is your dad, Bob Banfield, um, and I want to dictate some important things here, just in case I have to go to the hospital and at age almost 75, I don't make it back out. I've had a recent history of first a fall up here where I hit my head, followed 3 weeks or so later by a seizure where I went to the hospital in Thousand Oaks. I was there for 3 or 4 days before they transferred me to Kaiser, who released me after I was stable. A week later, I was feeling a little queasy the day after Thanksgiving dinner and short of breath, a little dizzy when I stood up, about like I'm feeling now. And Michelle, my significant other and partner, who I co-own a house in trust with in Leisure Village, said, I need to go to the doctor. She called an ambulance, took me to the hospital again. I didn't pass out that time, but after they stabilized me in the emergency room, they in Thousand Oaks, which does not have a Kaiser Hospital facility, and it was after hours, they shipped me off to the Kaiser Hospital in Woodland Hills by ambulance, where I stayed another 4 hours. Kaiser in Woodland Hills decided not to admit me and released me, sent me back home. And Michelle Hoffman came back in and picked me up. Now, I want to list all this stuff just in case I've been under a tremendous amount of stress lately. My dog Kelly has, in addition to my physical ailments of hitting my head and then having a seizure, my dog Kelly had 2 seizures last Thursday, one in the morning, which Michelle Hoffman witnessed. He seemed to come out of that, was doing okay until about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, when the Livingston Trust physical therapist person showed up, and Kelly, my dog, had another seizure. And so we got him through the seizure. My hour with the physical therapist was totally wasted, and I took Kelly over to the vet, who prescribed him some pills that I have in the bag, and now he is up here at your property. You saw him this morning when you got up. Now he's disappeared on your property, so maybe you can find him. He has a chip and he has a license. All right, so given that, I've told you all the information on my living assets, relatives, friends, and the like, and you've written that down or know how to get it. In addition, my high school friends are on my computer, which is currently being held by Jonathan Fox. I thought I had a virus on it, and Jonathan Fox is a Ham Club member in Leisure Village, and I'm also in the Ham Club, and he does personal computer repair work and the like. So he took it to look at this weekend, and it's going to get it back to me on Monday. So it's important that you get in contact with him this weekend and have it mailed up here or shipped up here to Oregon, and so you can get assets or get lists of information off it. The cost to him for his work is probably going to be someplace between $20 and $100. It's $20 an hour he charges. I don't know how many hours he's going to put in, but it probably won't be more than $100 to get that back. He may allow me to pay it after I get back. He may want money in advance before he's just back. he gave me a personal computer loaner to use in the absence. I either left that on the desk in my residence in Leisure Village, or it's in the RV out here with you. I think it's in the RV, but it may be we may be left home on the desk.
Okay.
When Greg came down to pick me up because he wanted to see me and Kelly before we got sick again or Kelly died.
Gotcha.
All right, given all that, my personal assets in cash value, as long as I'm alive, I make about $60,000 a year coming into my Wells Fargo account every month from Social Security, automatically deposited, and I make via Mom's Social Security, which goes into my Westcom account, Westcom Credit Union, which has branches in Southern California, and that's only got my name. You are the beneficiary on, I think, one of these two accounts, either the Westcom account or the Wells Fargo account where my Social Security goes. So Social Security. My next biggest asset is about $150,000, which is 50% of the net value of the property I co-own with Michelle Hoffman in a trust. The note is secured by a deed of trust, so for you to get it out or Michelle to get it out of the property to be sold, it has to go through escrow, and either I have to personally sign or my estate personally has to sign for it, I believe. That's something you maybe have to ask a lawyer. But so that's my biggest, after my continued income while I'm alive. Those are my biggest. Well, I have one more. I have, as long as I'm alive, I'm currently getting mailed a monthly check from my IBM retirement, which is like $16.52 a month. So I bring in about $60,000 a year, $50,000 to $60,000 a year in cash retirement funds, which is useful while I'm alive. Okay, Social Security, my IBM retirement, I mentioned that, Patty's Social Security. And I told you which bank's there. I have a very small Chase account up here in you have access to. You're on it with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're familiar with that one.
Yeah.
And I think the mailing comes up here too. Okay. I own free and clear a 2009 hybrid Ford Escape, which is probably worth someplace between $6,000 and $10,000. Whatever Kelley Blue Book is for reselling it. I own a 1947 hot rod that's parked in the garage in the property in Leisure Village. Painted competition orange, registered on a pink slip that is in the safety deposit box in Wells Fargo Bank in Leisure Village. Is the Wells Fargo Bank on pretty much in the center of town. There's at least 3 branches of Wells Fargo in town. This is the one
in Camarillo, right?
In Camarillo. It's sort of the one in the center. All right. The key to the safety deposit box, so you don't have to pay an arm and leg to get it billed, is in the a bag of keys in the black bag in my RV down there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's after the next biggest thing after the house and my monthly income. The 2 cars which I own, totally free and clear. Then the pink slips. We got that 2009 Ford. I brought up, and they're sitting in the car, in the RV. You can go through all of that. In particular, most of it is just memorabilia to me. You guys, should I pass away, can have any of it you want. There's butterflies I collected in Africa when I was 16. What else?
Did you get your poetry?
Pardon?
Did you get your poetry?
There's a whole there's my whole book, a whole box of my diaries, and including poetry, and then there's also in the RV a box with my retirement silverware from IBM or from Grandma K. I was going to give you one and give John one. I got one of them either to you, and the other one I didn't physically get. So
it's okay.
I think I previously gave you Grandma K's.
Yeah.
And
so the other set goes to John.
If he wants
fine. Yeah.
Okay, and if not, they're probably it's sterling silver, so it's probably I don't know what it's worth on a flea market or whatever.
Okay.
Hi, Sebastian. Thank you. You're being nice to me today. That's very fine. Okay, House 150, Social Security, the Hot Rod, the Ford and Leisure Village, the Trust with Michelle. I told you where the pink slips are, the butterflies. In the house, there's also an old 1920s old Edison record player with the thick records, you know.
Yeah.
Probably 50 or 60 thick records. It's probably worth 800 or so bucks. And there's also, it's painted sort of someplace between beige and a very light seafoam green. An old folding leg folding table that was from Grandma Elizabeth's when she was a kid. That you and or Casey or somebody might want. You may not. It's just it's a memory thing.
Yeah.
All right. After that, Grandma Elizabeth's folding wood table. Then there's my furniture in the house, which is a Grandma K's desk, a couple of Costco office chairs that I bought for me and Patty. Oh, in the cemetery.
Yeah.
Where Patty's buried.
Oh, yeah.
I own 2 additional plots. The paperwork is probably in my file cabinet. The ownership paperwork is probably in the file cabinet at home. There's a slight possibility it's in some of the stuff I threw in the RV before I came up here. Okay. Okay. So now we have, if Kelly's on the property and living, I love him and we'll find him. If he's dead, please bury him.
Yeah.
Okay. Medically, in addition to my low sodium, I think, and the fact that Kaiser has the records of my seizure, the hospital down in Avant-Garde has all my records on my fall up here, and I think they at some point got my information on.
Yeah, they got your stuff from Kaiser. They can get.
Okay.
They could get stuff from Kaiser again if we need to.
All right. So I think I told you my Social Security is 517-48-9155.
Okay.
My Air Force retirement number, which I think has at least the right to a burial flag. I don't think there's anything else at this point. I only served 4 years. There's no other assets there. Was Air Force number 19696562.
1969
6562.
Okay.
All right, and if you want to hit stop, I got to go take a leak.